Adrian Heath. We'll get started with Andy Reader.
Adrian, what were your overall views of the match?
Goals conceded were really poor. Really poor individually, collectively, not so good. Missed too many chances at crucial moments. Arguably should have been 2 up before they score. And we've said that too many times. And, every time we got some momentum, we gave the ball away and conceded a goal. I don't think there was actually much in the game if you actually look at the game. And I thought some of our play at times was good in the first half. But, you can't concede the goals that we conceded. First one, people watching people run, not going with runners. Second one, is it pen? I don't know from where I am. And then they looked to catch us on the counter-attack, and they did it. But we fell into the trap because we rather than doing it as a collective, I think we tried to do it as an individual, and that cost us.
Adrian, what went into the thought process of putting Zarek Valentin at left back and DJ Taylor at right back tonight? Over the past few weeks, we've seen those two flopped with Valentin at right back and Taylor at left back.
We wanted to get, the threat down the side that we've had with Bongi and DJ. And I felt that, Deseric's better playing from behind the game. And obviously, you look at the first goal, lack of communication down that side, don't go with runners, no pressure on the ball. And you could see it in games, you've heard him say it a million times. Goals change games, and we had the opportunity to go 1 up on a couple of occasions, and you don't, and then you get done with the sucker punch.
When you get out to a fast start like you guys had with the chances and opportunities, how much does it take the wind out of the sails to then give up a goal on the run of play? And do you think that contributes to some of the ball watching or the things that led to some of the goals?
Well, yeah, but with professional people, that shouldn't happen. Experienced professionals, shouldn't happen. I'm not naive enough to stand here and think that, that missing them opportunities doesn't have an effect on the game, because it does. Suddenly their game plan has to change. They have to open up and, but when you're sitting with a goal and then you go 2-0 and then you can pick your moments to counter-attack and sit in, and we didn't do enough this evening.
Adrian, a follow-up to my previous question here. Yesterday we spoke about the options at right center back going into today, and you chose Bakaye Debasi at right center back. Bakaye's left-footed. He's played left back. He's played left center back in his career. How much did that factor into his performance today as a right center back, being left-footed, not playing there previously?
Well, you play on the wrong side, and that wasn't the reason we gave the penalty away, because he's on the wrong side. At the end of the day, he's an experienced player. He's played all across the back four in his career. He's played at right back in the past. Obviously, he's left-footed, and you don't come out because comfortable on that side. And I thought we missed Boxy this evening. We missed him coming out with the ball down that side, which he's been really good at this year.
Were there any details in the first half that stood out to you in terms of how sort of the momentum shifted from really those first 30 minutes and then? Yeah,
but then as I say, the first goal is something that we can avoid. The second goal, is it a penalty? I don't know. I'd like to see it again. Did he get anything on the ball? And then suddenly you find yourself 2-0 down in a game that you probably should have been leading. But then it changes. It changes the whole momentum of a game. They've got good players on the break. The likes of Druisi, etc. And they brought Rigoni on late on, and I just thought that we didn't help ourselves in really important moments in the game.
Offensively, though, in those opportunities, you said you should have been leading.
Yeah.
What were some of the things that you saw that could have been done that weren't, that
I know Mendo like maybe a couple of his back, and Hassani has a free header from 5 yards out. If you look at them, the chances that we've had the better chances this evening.
You mentioned the penalty conceded by Debasi. You had probably a better vantage point of that tonight than you would normally on the sideline. What did you think of that call?
Well, if he's got a piece of it, it's no penalty. But I don't know whether he has got a piece of it. I would have thought there was enough doubt to go and have a look, but maybe he didn't think so.
Adrian, do you feel like there's a theme with ball watching and kind of not marking guys when maybe it's on the other side this season?
Well, I just think that, the first goal, we had enough people behind the ball. It wasn't like we were stretched and we but you've got to get pressure on the ball, and people have got to go with runners and be diligent to their job. But we watch Fagundes play the ball square, and then he just runs. Nobody runs with him. Nobody follows the ball. Not enough pressure on the ball, and they all add up.
Adrian, 14 corners on the night tonight. Of those 14, 2 resulted in scoring chances, one of which ended up being a goal. But when you amount to 14 corners on the night, do you expect more from those dead ball set pieces? And what went wrong in the delivery tonight?
Well, I think that as I say, the fact that we've had them many corners shows you the amount of possession and attacking movements we've had. But, at the end of the day, you've got to try and get on the end of it. You've got to show a willingness to go and put your head where it hurts. We got the one for Dev, which was, obviously good for him, his first professional goal. But, maybe we haven't got the people in the right spots. Something that we'll have a look at.
Was it planned to do the short corners late in the game? And then on some of the set pieces, we see an initial flick on from the near post to the back post.
Mm-hmm.
Is that something you guys are still practicing in training,
Yep.
or is that something raised?
No, we've been working on stuff, and I think there was a couple of really good balls in the first half that we didn't do enough with. If it's very, very difficult to defend that near post, as Rafe showed last week when he scored the goal against Portland, and we try and get people in there because he can put it in there. I don't think we did enough to get on the end of it tonight.
Adrian, what do you think of Pookie and Tajuri Shradi's half?
I thought they both did well when they come on. Showed glimpses, Pookie had the 2 or 3 little runs in behind, made great little angled runs that we'll have to work with him to make sure that we're aware of that's where he wants to run. And I thought Tajuri was really good on the ball when he come on.
Any chance Fragapane be available for Wednesday or next Saturday?
No.
Before Leagues Cup?
No, don't think so.
Adrian, midweek clash, and then another one against the LAFC the following weekend. A busy week ahead. Mm-hmm. How do you go about planning your starting 11 over the next 2 matches and, allocating, tired legs and everything?
Well, we'll have a look at where everybody is after the game today. See if there's any knocks, any injuries. But we'll have to manage the minutes for some, for sure, because, as you say, it's a heavy schedule coming up.
Do you believe Timo Pukki will be able to start Wednesday if needed?
I don't know. We'll have to wait and see how he feels.
And then is there an update on Sangbin?
Sangbin. Yeah, I think we'll have a better idea of where he is, but same thing, we're not going to rush him back. He's got a delicate little area in his groin, and we'll give him the necessary time he needs to get back.
Adrian, at the vantage point tonight, sitting upstairs, did you take anything differently away from the game given that?
Well, you get a better idea from up there in terms of the spacing of the team, and and at times I thought some of our play was really good in the first half, and but we have to take them opportunities when they arise. Seems to have said that an awful lot of late, but they do change games.
Is there a space that's more concerning? Is it not finishing chances or mental lapses?
A bit of both. A bit of both. I think it's as I said to the players, if you concede 4 goals at home and miss the amount of chances that we've done, you're not going to win too many games. It's a double whammy. Sometimes you can get away with it if you're really tight defensively and 1 goal will be enough. At this moment, that doesn't look like the case.
It's no secret you guys have been chasing a left back from England, Ethan Bristow. Tonight's performance from Devin Paddleford off the bench, scoring a goal, another young left back in your team. What does it say about him knowing that those rumors are out there and he comes on and puts on a performance like that?
Well, we've got a lot of faith in Devin. But he's a young kid. If we bring Bristow in, it'll be more competition for places, a little bit more experience, a little bit further down the road than Devin at this moment in time. And if we can do it, we'll do it. If we can't, we know that we've got something like Dev to work with. It's early stages of his career, but he's shown a lot of promise.
Coach. Thanks, everybody.
Cheers.